It was a normal rainy day on March 15th, 2020. My alarm went off at 6:30 in the morning, and I began to get ready for what would be my last time to ever step in the show ring. On our way to the 2020 Oklahoma Youth Expo, I reminisced on the memories I had made over the past 10 years in the show ring. Little did I know that I would never make the ring for my last show, and the whole world would be turned upside down due to a worldwide pandemic. FFA members, I'm sure that almost all of you have similar stories on how the COVID-19 pandemic has altered your life. This crisis has been anything but easy. So today, let me talk about leading through crisis. My name is Taydot, your Northwest Area Vice President, and this is Oklahoma FFA's Leadership on Demand. The good news about crisis, this is not the first crisis the world has faced, and it won't be the last. We will get through this. Life may look different on the other side of crisis. Sometimes everything returns to normal. Sometimes it doesn't. But we will get through this. Every major crisis does two things. One, a crisis creates unexpected problems. And two, a crisis creates unprecedented opportunities. As FFA members, let's try to focus on the latter. A crisis has the rare side effect of bringing intense clarity to an organization or local FFA chapter. A crisis may mean you need to narrow your focus, redeploy your focus to another area, adjust expenses, approve certain new events, close others down, and eliminate fluff. These practical nuts and bolts opportunities help your local chapter get laser focused on what truly matters. A great leader finds a way to lead through hard times. This doesn't mean you're taking advantage of crisis. It just means you're making the absolute best out of difficult times. Here are some tips on how you can lead through the COVID-19 crisis. Number 1, expect to get it wrong at first. During a crisis, there isn't a roadmap. There aren't directions or prescriptions for success. Pair that with the fact that reality is rapidly changing, and it's clear that you'll have to adjust course. Don't worry if you need to evaluate and reevaluate your plans. The worst thing you can do is give up. Number 2, think long-term, but plan short-term. You always want to think of the future, but during a crisis, it's just not practical to make solid plans when the situation is constantly changing. So have long-term goals, long-term guidelines, but only put short-term, actionable plans into motion. Short-term plans ranging from a few days to a few weeks also helps insulate you and your fellow members from disappointment as things invariably change. And number 3, communicate empathetically. Almost always, no matter how devoted your ag instructors, chapter officer team, or fellow FFA members are to your chapter's mission, their first thoughts in a crisis will veer towards themselves and their families and not the chapter. In your communication, acknowledge their feelings and priorities. Don't be afraid to say what people are thinking or answer what people are too afraid to ask. People won't follow you if they think you don't understand them or their circumstances. FFA members, this pandemic has affected us all in different ways, but I challenge you to be better because of it and lead others through it. After all, we are the leaders in our local schools and communities. If we don't show leadership, who will? That's all for today. Thanks for watching.